to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anne and this is All the Budgeting. On this channel, I do paycheck cash stuffings, side hustle cash stuffings, cash condensings, and then I always close out my budget every month, which includes a net worth calculation. So if that is interesting to you, I do hope that you consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, all of the things. Okay, so today we are closing out 2023. We're closing out my December budget. And then I do want to, after I calculate my net worth, I do want to look at the difference between my net worth in January and my net worth now. So just to see how far I have come this year. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I have my closeout sheets here, and so I have populated them with what I started the month with and what I ended the month with, and so we're going to calculate the difference and then see how the month turned out. So in emergency, I started with 1,600, ended with 17, so that is a increase of 100. In health, I started with 200, ended with 260, so that increased 60. Extra week started with 300, ended with 400, so that went up 100. Extra debt started with 960, ended with 1750. So that was an increase of 790. Home maintenance started with 810, ended with 355. So let's take a look here. So that went down 455. I needed some maintenance on my furnace. Home improvement started with 220, ended with 265. So that went up 45. Car maintenance started with 25, ended with 70. So that also went up 45. Pet care started with 70, ended with 15. So that went down 55. Electronics started with 215, ended with 260. I think that's 45. Yep. So that went up 45. Subscriptions started with 200, ended with 305. So that went up 105. Vacation started with 250, ended with 295, so went up 45. Christmas started with 825, ended with 0, so that went down 825. Same with holiday dinner, that went down 800. Gifts started with 140, ended with 185, so that went up 45. Entertainment started with 65, ended with 55, so that went down 10. Clothes started with 60, ended with 95, so that went up 35. Beauty started with 45, ended with 80, so also went up 35. Miscellaneous started with 60, ended with 55, so that went down 5. Planner stuff started with 20, ended with 55, so that went up 35. Taxes started with 1437, ended with 1637, so that went up 200. And then subscriptions, there was no change there. And then the rest of these started with 58, ended with 108, so those all went up 50. Okay, so I started the month with a total of 9,626. I am expecting that number to go down quite a bit because of the Christmas and holiday dinner envelopes getting emptied. But I'm going to speed this part up. I'm going to calculate these ending balances and we'll see where we ended up. So I'll be right back. Okay, didn't go down as much as I thought it was going to, probably because of how much more I put into extra debt and then taxes and things like that. So nice. Okay, so my ending balance is $9,311. And so that was an overall decrease of $315. So again, not as bad as I thought. That's why I think it's really important that you are kind of looking at things holistically, because, if I hadn't done this, I would have just thought, wow, I really decreased because of those envelopes getting emptied out. I mean, that was $1,600 right there. But, you offshoot it, or you offset it with adding to other envelopes. So, so it's really good to, I think, look at your budget and your savings holistically. Okay, so I'm going to take this ending balance, copy it, and then bring it over to my net worth. Okay, so let's take a look here. So my net worth last month was $141,554. I have pre-populated the totals just to make things quicker, but we'll do the grand totals and the calculation together. So if I start with my assets here, so we just saw that my envelopes total $9,311. My estimated house value, this is based on Zillow, is $234,400. My estimated trade-in value of my car based on Kelley Blue Book is $20,827, and my current 401k balance is, as of today, is $69,820. So let's total this up. Okay, I'm gonna, I think, total that again just to be sure, but right now I'm getting $334,358, but let's just redo that real quick. Yep, I was right. Okay, so now moving over to my liabilities. My balance owed on my Chapter 13 bankruptcy is $48,555. My principal owed on my mortgage is $122,287. And then I have 3 401k loans. So the balance on the first one is $2,329. On the second one, it's $3,217. And then on the third, $8,796. And so I will recalculate those, but right now I'm getting total liabilities of $185,184. But again, let's total that real quick. Yep. All right, so now to get my new net worth, I'm going to subtract my liabilities from my assets. So 334,358 minus 185,184. Oh, I just missed it. My next goal is 150 for my net worth. I just missed it. Okay, so my new net worth is $149,174. And so to get the amount changed, I'm going to subtract last month's net worth. So minus 141,554. So that went up $7,620. And now to get the percentage change, I'm going to divide this 7,620 by last month's net worth. So divided by 141,554. And so that went up 5%. Again, in a month where I spent $1,600 out of 2 envelopes, I wouldn't have expected my net worth to increase 5%. So I am pretty happy with that. So again, I think really super important that you're doing this. You're not just kind of going off of how it feels, right? And just as a reminder, I do have my budget planner, and I now have it in many different configurations, whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, if you have side hustles, if you don't, how many times you want to do your side hustle. So there's something for everybody. And so go check that out in my Etsy shop. Okay, so I do want to, like I said, take a look at how did I start the year from a net worth perspective and how did I end it. So if I go to January and go to net worth calculation. So I started the year, right? So from the end of December of 2022, I had a net worth of 88,215. Okay, 88,215. And so if we look now at my new net worth, so minus 149,174. So my net worth increased. So actually let's do that calculation. So 660,959 is the difference. And so the percentage difference, then I'm gonna divide that difference by this end of 2022 net worth. So let's see how much my net worth increased in the year. 69%. That's incredible to me. That is absolutely, for somebody who is in an active Chapter 13 bankruptcy. I had a really tough year personally, because while my income was not disrupted, there was a lot of turmoil at work, and that really, did a lot mentally for me. Not in a good way. I was laid off and all of that stuff, but again, I didn't actually lose my income. But, I just stayed the course, and, I'm doing side hustles, and I've launched my business, and I'm really focused on, building that. And I did do a lot of investing into that business, which, I do have an LLC formed, and I do, I will have professional tax preparation to get as many deductions as I possibly can. So I'm not concerned about that at all. All of my expenses are, completely deductible. So, and I'm in the early stages of, it's my first year of my LLC. And so there's a lot more forgiveness, to have losses at the beginning of your career. So it was, it was calculated for me to do those investments now. And, the hope is that they will pay off. So yeah, I'm pretty blown away that my net worth increased this year 69%. So let's see what 2024 has to show. I was hoping, because at the end of 2024 it will be 3 years that I will be in my bankruptcy. I was hoping, and I guess it's still possible, to have my bankruptcy paid off in 3 years versus 5. But we'll see. We'll have to see how the side hustles do in helping to pay that down. But that would be an amazing goal achieved if I'm able to do that. So, all right. So next up, I'm actually going to be doing a cash condensing. I need to take some of this money to the bank and just, condense what is left in those envelopes. So that will be coming at you as a bonus video. And then outside of that, I'll be coming at you next week with my first paycheck of January 2024 stuffing. So, all right. Thanks, everyone. Hope you're having a great week.